Okay, yeah. My name is Chris Goma, and I'm CEO and co-founder of OSIS.
My name is Jalal Ibrahimi, and I'm the co-founder and chief operating officer at OSIS. OSIS is the first time that you can invest in one thing and benefit from everything else that happens after in an entire industry and trend and movement. Let's talk use cases. Let's talk what's happening in this world today. Let's look at the artistic world too. We all know this term like starving artist or struggling artist. It applies to both visual artists, painters, actors, and also musicians. It's super hard for them to make it in this world and in this industry because these major labels control the radios and what gets put on, what we get to hear. We are basically fed different artists and different music. You don't hear these underground artists. They don't have the opportunity to be out there like that just because of the way the system is built. Now, what blockchain, what OSIS and crypto in general is giving people like this is a brand new medium. By medium, I mean a whole new way of interacting with the world, with giving their art to the world. So let's take an artist named Beeple. And how did he get here? He was nobody before. He worked at a software company and he basically drew interesting digital art for 1,000 days. He had 1,000 pieces of artwork that nobody ever did anything with. He was a regular guy. He combined this art into a collage and he made it into something called an NFT. NFT stands for non-fungible token. It's really just a digital deed that says this piece of artwork, the digital version is authentic. Only one person can own this NFT. It's like owning the artwork itself. It's proven and it's authentic. And someone bought it for $69 million. And his reasoning is that he was first. So what was a restrictive industry before, being art and music, has now become something that's free and open on the internet. And the moment it was put on the internet like that and it was ownable, there is over $1 billion being invested and traded and purchased in art each week now. And this did not exist before. This industry just simply didn't exist before. So let me give a few more examples. Let's look at the business world and tokenization today. A lot of you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is. He is a prominent, I guess you could call motivational speaker, businessman, and he's been invested in tons of different projects. He was in the business world and he was doing his own thing, but he was also putting a lot of content out on social media. He became like a social media influencer. He built up his brand and his image and his words started to carry a lot of weight. He basically did something that totally redefined and changed his entire career. So he heard about blockchain last year in, I believe it was springtime, in NFTs, this concept of a non-fungible token. And he realized that, wait a minute, this is a way that I can monetize my brand and the value that I can bring people, so I can create more money out of my business and who I am, and at the same time I can bring more value to the people who invest in it. So what he did is he hand drew 10,000 pictures and he used this image as a representation of a membership. Any person that buys his NFTs, they get ownership of that, and in return he's going to give them value in things like, okay, I'm going to hold a conference for you and everyone that wants to see me in person. I'm going to spend personal time with this group of people. It's a membership where they get access to an influencer. And he made more than $50 million in less than 6 months from this one move. Steve Aoki, he made more money in a few months monetizing his project, doing the same thing that he already does, giving it directly to his fans and giving them more value than ever before compared to more than a decade of work through record labels and the traditional way of doing music.
Yeah, I don't know if we could explain it in any other way than to say it's an exponentially larger market share than anything we've ever seen before. And everybody knows this, that is not an average citizen. And the average citizen is the person that is being neglected right now. So we're saying we care about y'all because we're the same.
You don't have to rely on this old system anymore. You don't have to beg for a record deal. You don't have to beg for a loan from the bank to make your dreams a reality. You can talk to the people who really want it and create it with them. It's an inclusive ecosystem where when you make money and your business makes money, everyone makes money. It's a whole new type of economy. There are firsts of every industry and it's opportunity available for everyone and anyone, and it's free to start, easy to start. OSIS handles all of the technical part for you. Anybody can do it. Anybody can tokenize their art or their work or their business.
400 years ago, we had the traditional exchange. That traditional exchange is still operating on 400-year-old systems.
Mm-hmm.
there has not been an exchange that has existed that you can say is fully decentralized and that is fully appreciating and considering the people yet. We are the first platform that has been considering this since before the word tokenization was even a thing. So we've had 5 years, 5-year head start to say, we need to create an ecosystem that will allow for somebody to not only own their data, but to be able to share the content that they create and have the relationship through ownership and contracts with the entire planet, leverage that technology and not have private business squander that by being ahead. So anybody that's part of this with us, we're getting ahead. Now this journey's been a long one. There's this problem that I really wanted to solve, and it was that middleman thing we keep talking about. As an artist, I wanted to find out if there's a way to connect with the fans without having to deal with this thing in the middle. And then the other question arose, which was, is this the same in every other industry? Later learned that was the case. Jalal introduced me to cryptocurrency. And when that happened, when he showed me Bitcoin and the interaction between a peer to another peer and no bank or other entity in the middle, I had that epiphany of every business that I run into, that I see, has someone they have to answer to. Imagine if they only had to answer and do business with the people that are actually walking in there with the cash to buy things. Maybe we would be able to actually create a situation that in which all products and all people and all business was fully expansive and fully global. What if these physical establishments were fully digital? Does this exist and will this work? And what this was, because there was no word for it, is tokenization. So we got to work. That was in 2017. From there, we built our first platform.
We raised our first $1 million, and within a few months of starting this, I just got out of college. I just graduated. We took those experiences and really built into something that could be corporate and scalable, and a fundamental issue that we saw that everyone was having in the world of loneliness. And that's what Ethos has a lot to do with. Ethos is the Find Things to Do app. It's an events app, but it's a social media. So you can meet people and you can talk to people before you go to the events with them. And you can host events and you can make money on these events. This is Ethos. Ethos is a part of the ecosystem that is OSIS. It's one of the tokenized brands that is launching on the OSIS platform and the OSIS exchange. From Ethos, we took that entrepreneurial experience and that corporate experience, and we applied it to a new startup, a secondary startup called CoinCare. The pandemic hit at the time we were launching Ethos, and we had to pause.
Yeah.
It was March 2020. And so both Chris and I kind of took a step back from everything there and saw that this kind of gave us an opportunity. A full year, we're all kind of locked up in our homes. What can we do with this time? We were able to get partnerships with different big companies, entities, including MasterCard, and as well as a company called Galileo. So all of these partnerships, we were really kind of invited into that circle and able to create our own bank and turn CoinCare into its own neobank, which then became its own crypto card with MasterCard.
Marketing is something that you can do for anything. And as he was saying, we did that for CoinCare. We're doing that for OSIS right now. After we got approved to be a neobank through Galileo and everything else with all those partnerships, we learned soon after that it was time. It was time to take all these skills that we finally accumulated in earnest and with professionalism and create the right push and the right voice to say, anything that you want to get done, if you're a tokenized brand, we can help you get there if you want that. If you already have what you need though, as far as the marketing and the platform and everything else, we will build the tech in order for you to be able to spread that voice. So we put OSIS out in September. That's when it was officially just created.
2021.
In 2021, and then October, November is when we created our meta badges, and we started aggressively marketing OSIS in December. And so today, with all the partnerships that we've received, we ended up having La Token reach out to us and say they want to put us on their exchange. On June 1st, we are going to be publicly traded token as well. There are many benefits to watching this video right now. And that's that you are here before these other people. You are right here, and you get to make that choice.
OSIS, as it launches, the OSIS core platform has sold over 700,000 OSIS tokens. OSIS is creating something that is more like an ecosystem and a network of companies. And so this is what it's going to look like. If you have OSIS at the top, we have Ethos launching this summer. We have CoinCare launching this year as well. OSIS is going to be hosting something called the OSIS Games, where each quarter, every 3 months, we are investing in a project in our community, up to $1 million in a project in our community, and we're going to tokenize them for free. By that I mean we're going to back them and help them launch their project in the public eye with thousands of people, the entire community looking at them. And it's the community that chooses who to fund. All of us. Not only that, but we're looking into different charities that are working on it. Right now, we've already committed $150,000 to the hunger crisis in Congo. The community will be choosing who next and where next. We'll put our manpower and we'll put our attention. You're joining a network, you're joining a community that is focused on building each other up, an ecosystem that's about education, about transparency, about openness. The team is more than 20 people right now, and every day it's growing. And you see all of us. We're here, we're personal. You can talk to me, you can talk to Chris. You can reach all of us, and we can grow together and educate each other together through this journey.
Yes, we are not trying to push hype. We are not trying to push rushing. We are not trying to push anything that's not authentic. All we can say is we're at a point now where we thought this video would be important to create because we are getting attention from the very entities we've been speaking about in the middle. And we would love for you to be in the front.